This is episode 7.
Episode 7.
I think that's right.
I know, who cares?
Episode 7 of the Smart Boyz. I've actually, I'm gonna start something new from here on out. I always have to come up with titles of these episodes on the fly after the recording, so I have to re-listen, maybe something makes sense. So I've made the decision to go ahead and think of them beforehand, and I'll see how you feel about it. So episode 7 is officially titled "Catching Up with Gotye," the artist. Gotye, whatever. Somebody, literally now somebody you used to know.
Have to cut me off.
What other song did he have? He had one other song at the time that I would listen to, but I never heard it.
I do like that one song though.
It speaks a lot. It's one of those songs that when I listen to it, I'm like, he gets me.
It's like I've been there, so like I identify like. Lyrics.
It's like I was on the edge of killing myself, and then I listened to Gotye, and I was just like, he gets me.
He understands. He understands what it's like to be human.
He does.
On the most basic of levels.
In a way, you could say he's human after all, but I don't want to say that because that's Daft Punk. That's Daft Punk.
I wouldn't say that.
So today is a day that we are going to do a thing, and that thing.
Tell me about it.
So something happened recently. It was almost as if divine intervention came upon the Smart Boyz. And a friend of mine, a very close friend.
Ooh.
And we're just gonna let that hang. Gonna give a couple beats. Friend of mine offered to make us a theme song.
Ooh!
Not only did he make us a theme song, he made us a full 2-minute theme song.
Shit!
And you haven't heard it yet.
I have not heard it. This is the truth.
This is the truth.
He told me about this the other day, and he would not let me listen to it until tonight. Till right now, I have still not heard it yet.
This is First Impressions.
This is First Impressions.
First Impressions with Mike. This is a spin-off show.
Ooh, I like it. First Impressions, where I just get to judge things?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
right
awesome.
Right out the theater, you're just like, you know what, Logan? Okay.
Okay. I still think Titanic was better.
I mean, Titanic, classic movie, 1997. So I'm gonna play it right here, and we're gonna get a taste of the new official Smart Boyz.
I'm ready. Ooh. Like it so far? Like that bass?
Yes!
Boys! Yes! Ooh, changing it up.
This is like a real song.
Yes!
This is just something that was thrown together in clips.
I fucking love it.
Now we hit the halfway point. Now if you listen closely, you can hear your voice being pitch shifted from when you said, "I'm so smart that I have my own show dedicated to it." And it's in the song. It's just hard to hear.
That's fucking awesome. I love being sampled. If any aspiring producers want to sample my voice, please do it. Ooh.
He will oblige. He will orgasm on my phone. He will Liza Minnelli the shit out of you.
Oh, absolutely. It's all spooky. It's getting kind of spooky.
It's getting a little.
I like it.
It's a little surf rock.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic.
That is the official theme song in its entirety. We'll sample it for a couple seconds for the beginning, but you get to hear the whole thing, and you get to hear the whole thing.
I like it.
Everybody gets to hear the whole thing. I want to thank Cole, my friend Cole, with his studio Craining Records. They're from Canada.
Ooh, I was just in Canada.
Yeah, they're a little band. You want to know the name of their band?
Sure.
Roadhead. That is the official. That is the official Smart Boyz theme, and
thank you, Cole. Thank you, Craining Records, and thank you, Canada.
I'm going to say right now, Canada used to have a bad rep when it came to music. Nickelback, Justin Bieber, Avril Lavigne, Celine Dion.
Salon du Jour.
Salon du Jour. But hey, Craining Records and Roadhead, they fixed it. Canada's fixed again.
Make Canada greet. Greet.
That's how they talk?
I guess. They do. Some of them, I guess.
We're about to make it greet.
Get in the car. That's Boston.
So, we did the theme song. I think, should we wrap it up, or we'll just keep talking?
We could talk for a little bit. There's some discussion that I think needs to be held.
What do you want to jump into first?
I would like to jump into Logan.
Now, I have not seen Logan, but I've heard plenty about it, so I'm willing to talk about it.
Go ahead.
You take the lead on this.
If you all are X-Men fans, or just comic book nerdy kind of fans in general, you have to go see Logan. It is incredible. From start to finish, it is just amazing. And I'm not going to spoil anything, because apparently that's been a huge thing, but if you have if you've enjoyed the X-Men films, if you like the comics, if you like the characters, you're going to have it's going to hit you. You're going to really get it right in the feels. And I would say that it's also great for R-rated comic book movies to finally start getting more and more of them made, because, if you read any of the comics, they're fucking, brutal, some of them. And I don't think, it's great that we can start seeing more and more, mature sort of comic book adaptations that don't have to be, watered down for kids and families and stuff. We can actually start getting into some meat and potatoes of...
I do want to say right now, although it is a very good R-rated comic book movie, we are nowhere close to dethroning Blade. Blade still sits at the top as the top R-rated comic book movie.
Blade. I like Blade 2 better than Blade 1, but that's just me.
Hey, both of them.
Not 3, though.
Blade Trinity? You're not a fan of the Trinity? A lot of people, like Ryan Reynolds' first comic book movie, they're like,
He's been in 3 then, I guess, right?
He's been in that. He's been in X-Men Origins. He's been in Green Lantern, and then he's Deadpool.
Yeah.
He's the official 100% licensed Deadpool now.
So yeah, I mean, Chris Evans was his.
He was a
Human Torch,
Fantastic Man.
Yeah, and then he was now Captain Mer.
He was also in Scott Pilgrim. Versus the
yes,
universe. He was the boy on the skateboard.
Skateboard boy? Number 2.
Kanyata skateboard boy.
We're talking a lot about Canada today.
Canada is like the new North.
The new North.
Like,
Canada
when I think of the Cold
right
War,
now.
I think of the North War, and that's Canada. You know they're going to annex Canada in the future?
Who is?
We are.
Oh, nice.
We're going to get it. It's going to be ours.
Yeah.
I think we should unite with Canada. I think it'd be really nice.
It would
Although
make things a lot
it'd be
easier.
nice, it'd be better for us, but worse for them, because they would kind of like take a little drop here and there. Like, there's some good parts, there's some bad parts.
I was in Halifax. That was great.
I don't even know how to pronounce that. Halifax?
Halifax?
How do you spell that with a word?
Oh, it's an entire string of letters.
I go to Canada sometimes, and I'm just like, what are these signs? It's just like, Gooflex. It's like, what language is this? And they're like, it's French. I'm like, stop lying. I know you made this up. I've seen French.
Cut the shit.
I've seen Paris, okay? They make sense over there. You're just like, ooh, we're up here, nobody's seen us. We'll just name our Coudix. That's the name of our next street.
The Quebecois.
You saw Logan, which I have yet to see, and I saw Kong Skull Island, which was fun.
It seems like it's a fun...
It's the funnest of the fun you can fun at the funs. It's a good monster movie. I liked it better than the new Godzilla because it actually gets to the shit, where it's not like, hey, where's this giant monster at? Right when they get to the island, he immediately shows up and fucking knocks every helicopter out of the sky.
Really?
That's like the first...
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert, that's been shown in every single trailer.
Oh, but
why?
But why? I mean, who knows? But,
don't even tell me he goes to Skull Island. Come on. It's not like it's in the title.
You spoiled the fact that King Kong's in the movie.
I spoiled the whole movie.
Because I didn't even watch
the trailers. You know what?
I'm
on a spoiler riot because back in 2009, I had a bunch of people spoil Zombieland for me. They're like, there's no cure. I'm like, what? Oh no! And then they kill Bill Murray. Sorry, spoilers to an 8-year-old movie.
Spoiler alert!
And then Emma Stone, she almost dies, but she doesn't.
here's a bit of a spoiler.
I was about to call her. I was about to draw myself back and say, was it Emma Watson or Emma Stone? And I keep always like getting them together because two Emmas. They're like they're little white girls.
Isn't there
they're
another?
popular with internet culture?
Emma Stone, Emma Watson, and Emilio Estevez.
Emily Blunt.
Emily. Her name is
Smoking.
Emma Lee Blunt.
Yes, Emma Lee, like Stan Lee, but Emma Lee Blunt.
Dude, his name is not Stan Lee. It's Stanley.
Oh fuck!
It's like a one like Prince or Cher. It's Stanley.
Oh, Stanley.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, hey, Stanley made this. It's like, well, Stanley. I know that guy. Other things, other movies. We talked about Get Out already.
Yeah.
You haven't seen that.
I still haven't seen it. No.
It's a fun movie. I recommend that. I was actually going to talk about some Vidya Gamez.
Do it, man. Break it down.
As some people know, and we may be late to the party, but the Nintendo Switch came out.
Oh boy.
This guy's already rolling his eyes. Listen, you bait on that stuff. You're like, I'm gonna talk about it so people will pay attention to me.
Yeah. Look.
No, I got the system. I was gifted the system by a generous website called Amazon. All I had to do was exchange 300 of the US dollars, and they gave me this free product.
That's a nice.
It's almost like they're our sponsor, Amazon.com.exe.
We're also sponsored by the Amazon River.
I'm not, because I don't like the snakes in it.
Ooh.
They kind of make me mad.
Big old snake.
The snakes come up, they bite the
big
boat.
Big old anaconda.
Was any of the Anaconda movies take place in the Amazon? I know they take place in South America in the first one.
It's got Ice Cube and Jennifer Lawrence. Not Jennifer Lawrence, Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez. Ice Cube's real name is O'Shea Jackson.
O'Shea Jackson.
It is.
He's a tough guy.
He's a tough cookie to crack.
He was in Fist Fight, and he put a bunch of fists up, and he fought. And he was just like, Charlie Digg, I'm coming for that ass.
It was it was a good day.
It was a good fit fight.
Fit fight?
He was very fit when he fought. I played Zelda. Zelda's a fun game, as anybody else can tell. As you played those Nintendo games growing up.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
You didn't own a Sega Genesis or anything like that.
I did.
And then moved on to a PlayStation or some fucking shit like that.
I played pretty much nothing but Mortal Kombat growing up.
I'm gonna say right now, it's good.
Good. Good.
It was good. It's not the best ever. It's not the worst ever, and it's debatable whether or not that's worth your $400 of investment of the system and the game. But I enjoy myself playing it. I also enjoy myself watching movies, and I also enjoy myself when I pleasure myself. You know, there's a lot of different things. Let's say right now, in terms of me jerking off and playing Breath of the Wild, the Zelda Breath of the Wild, I'm gonna say they're a little bit. There's a 10% difference. So if jerking off's much cheaper, I will recommend
It's basically free. It's basically
like you get money from doing it, because like usually you put down some money to go fuck a person, date a person. It's an investment, but this is just like, I got 10 minutes, let's blow some steam off, and let's blow some loads as well. Let's other things I want to talk about. These are just some random topics I trotted down. Mike didn't have much say in this. So the other day I was thinking of this thing, and I really get annoyed with Harry Potter culture.
Okay. Why?
So I see you're getting a little defensive right now.
I am.
When I was growing up, the books were like casual to me, and the movies were casual to me. I'm like, okay, this is like this is a small thing. I didn't think it was the biggest thing ever. Other people thought otherwise. I was like, this is cool, this is a neat story. When I was young, I always had this idea as like, in 10 years, this will not be relevant. And that is not true. And I'm a little upset with that, because I feel like some people need to let go. And I feel like it's not like they built any steam to the series by... The book, when did it end? It was like 2008?
Yeah. I think yeah.
So we're almost 10 years after the official, like the
last book
mainline book series.
Yeah.
She's done some bullshit on the side, fucking...
Some fucking bull!
Some fucking Cerulean bullshit, like trying to get on the same things. Why don't you prequel it, you dumb bitch?
You fucking slut!
Oh wait, she did.
Oh, she did.
Fantastic.
I take that back.
So,
bitch.
You're still... I don't know. Anyway, there's shit online, and people I know in real life, they're fucking obsessed with Harry Potter, and I don't get it, Mike. Like, could you maybe explain?
Look, I'm a big fan of Harry Potter. I've been to the wizarding world of Harry Potter. I love all the movies. I love all the books. I'm not the biggest fan of, like, it's just a magical journey. I guess if you didn't really, like, read the books as they were coming out,
I kind of did. Like, I casually read them. I wasn't super invested in them. Here's why the series has always been a turnoff to me. When I was a kid, I didn't like school, and I didn't like things that took place at school. And to build an entire series about this stupid fucking school, I don't care. It's like, I want to see cool wizards doing cool shit, not fucking, don't fucking use your magic, because you're going to get in trouble at school. Fuck school, I don't give a shit about school.
Look,
and I feel that's relatable. Listen, I'm a weird guy, didn't grow up in the usual school environment, and a lot of people did, so it's like, I kind of saw school in this way of just like outside looking in, just like, this is kind of boring. And I guess people, they grow up in school, it's like high school or middle school, not fucking high school, I'm going too far there. Grade school, middle school is boring, and like you think, oh, what if I lived in a world with wizards?
I think people liked it because they
projected themselves into it?
Basically. I think also a lot of it has to do with, for better or for worse, the fact that people can take elements from basically the houses.
Yes.
People love, you see it on the internet all the fucking time, like what these quizzes, like what, what fucking planet are you? They love to use these labels.
Yes.
And basically, as like, I don't even know how to, people love the fucking, to be like, I'm a Gryffindor, like, that's how I am.
I'm a Ravenclaw, I'm a Snubblebug.
It's just like astrology.
I'm a Snubblebug.
Or astrology. Like, people like to have a reason why they are the way that they are, or a label that they can give themselves to kind of be like, well, I'm a Taurus, so that's just how I am.
This actually kind of fuels my hate of the series. I'm just going to say right now, I don't hate the series from a literary standpoint or for what it is. I feel like it's good for what it is. I feel it's just beyond the culture it wraps itself too tight into this fucking subculture of you're trying too hard. And I hate the houses things, especially because this whole thing, it's like this fantasy. It's like, oh, what if I went to there and I went in Gryffindor, hang out with Harry Potter? But I hate it because these new wave fucking internet culture people who are like, I don't like labels, but they'll fucking say, oh, I'm a fucking Slytherin.
Don't even go. Oh,
It's like you hate labels, but then you want to box yourself inside of this fictional world of like, I'm a
non-binary, gender fluid, hetero, and I'm fucking just. Oh my God,
I want to stop anybody
fucking
here is like, I don't fucking disrespect any people who are transgender as long as it's like I'm a man and I want to be a woman. That's understandable. Not I'm a man, but I want to be a bilingual, beyond human substance, void walking. Like
I'm a snow angelkin. You have to use my.
When I was 5 years old, I was part tree because I had a treehouse.
Like, look, don't even get me fucking started on this shit.
I want to get started.
This drives me so fucking crazy.
I like to get people started on this shit because it drives me fucking crazy too. Because I understand that people want to be different and they want to deny labels and they want to fucking be like, they want to go to fucking work or they want to go to school and be like, I don't abide by your fucking labels. I don't abide by your standards. I've always been that way as a kid of like, I don't like when people fucking call you a certain thing or like say, oh, you're such a fucking like a jock or you're a fucking nerd or stuff like that. I hate people who like own up to those fucking labels too. It's like, I'm such a fucking nerd. I'm just a nerdy guy. It's like, no, you can be who you want to be and not have to use that kind of label because you're just a fucking person. But I hate these people who go to bend over backwards to not use these goddamn labels. And we're drifting away from the Harry Potter talk, but that's kind of the point. That's the segue I was trying to reach with this topic. You're bending over backwards to not use a traditional label to generate this new label, which has no ground to it. And I feel like, you know what, the Harry Potter culture, it's not as bad though. It's not as bad, but it still attracts that fucking idea.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I'm not saying Harry Potter was the fucking reason for that. I hate that the people who do that.
I don't know.
It's like, okay, here's a perfect analogy for someone growing up. Okay, I wouldn't say my generation, but I was very aware growing up in the late 90s of people who would like be like, oh, Friends, I'm such a Chandler, I'm such a Monica.
I
or something
know,
like that.
But people need to.
It's like, why do you got to use something to associate?
That's such a Rachel thing to say.
It's such a Rachel thing to say. I'm being such a Joey right now because I want to eat some spaghetti off the floor. I want to eat some spaghetti right now, and I'm being a Joey.
I don't know.
But it's like, I'm not saying don't do that and be you're a fucking piece of shit and don't do that. Just, why do you indulge so much in this goddamn culture of I want to fucking relate to this fictional thing, but things in real life I hate? I don't want to be called like a normal girl in real life because that's a normal standard. I'd rather be a Gryffindor Gedrenner. I'm gonna huggle.
I'm a huffle.
And I understand,
Okay.
alternative culture.
I
understand it. You know what? I'm not a normal guy. I put my shoes on backwards and I eat out of my asshole. But you know what?
Everyone's
you don't see me putting a big old shirt on that says I'm an asshole eater. Don't use your normal label. I'm rectally devouring.
Fluid. Oh, rectal fluid.
Devouring. But yes.
Okay.
I don't like the Harry Potter culture.
I do. I like Harry Potter.
I don't like Star Wars culture either. It's 6 fucking boring movies. Get over it.
Dude, Rogue One was good though.
I don't like Rogue One.
Force Awakens was good though.
Rogue One more like Rogue 2.
A New Hope was good though.
I like the
Empire Strikes Back is good though.
Empire Strikes Back is the
Return of the
greatest
Jedi's
movie.
good though.
Empire Strikes Back. Okay, Star Wars aside, Empire Strikes Back is one of the best movies of all time. We don't even need to talk about it.
Yeah, we're not going to bore you. Star Wars is amazing.
Star Wars is amazing. I was kidding. Well, listen, satire, but that Harry Potter thing, not satire. That was really serious, okay?
I like Harry Potter.
But to go back to what my thing actually says, the world would be fine without Harry Potter. What does that mean? My impression of Harry Potter is its cultural imprint in the media and with its fan base only extends inside of the world of Harry Potter and has not influenced anything else positively.
No, that's bull. That's fucking
Give me an
bull.
example.
Okay. How many kids started reading the Harry Potter books because their peers were also reading them?
That's in the side of the Harry Potter thing. Now, if you said they started writing more books,
that's what I'm getting there.
Potter, that's one thing. Yes.
If okay, say there was no Harry Potter, fine, but can you really say that it's a bad thing that people are into reading these books? Because
no.
Okay, so
but
that's great.
The cultural imprint of Harry Potter.
Picked up
so let me give you an example. Like I said, Star Wars and Star Trek. Those have a cultural imprint that affected so much multimedia that if you go back and you kind of see like, wow, this is inspired by Star Wars, this is inspired by Star Trek, and you kind of pull the pieces apart, you'd start to realize there's so many things in pop culture and fictional culture, anything that's like written or just like even music. It's there's so much shit that it like influenced. Harry Potter is like in the late 2000s, you got a bunch of shitty movie adaptations of these dumb kids books.
Okay. Listen.
Mm-hmm.
When did the first Star Wars come out?
The first Star Wars came out in 1977.
When did the first season of Star Trek start?
Late 60s. I can't give you an exact date.
That's fine. So late 60s. So that gives us, what, over 50 years?
I get that, and I know what you're saying, and we're saying the Harry Potter is late 90s, but I'm saying the immediate effect of Harry Potter, because so far, if somebody's going to make something very Harry Potter inspired, it's going to be fucking garbage. And that's because it puts it inside this idea of school.
Well, you have Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts is within a side story of the Harry Potter made by its creator. That's not like the culture of Harry Potter influenced it. I'm not saying that these things should exist because they suck. I'm saying the cultural influence of the series only really extends inside of itself, and anything else beyond it is either negative or just mediocre.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. But I'm saying right now, time will tell. But I'm saying the cultural influence of what movies can be based on this, what books can be based on this. All I've seen is just lazy writing and shitty, I want to make Harry Potter my own thing, but also I'm trying very hard to write the same thing as Harry Potter bullshit. And time will tell. Obviously, time will tell. But I'm saying anything within that, it kind of pollutes the mind. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to be like those right-wing Christians back in 2004 who was like, Harry Potter pollutes the mind. It does, because it kind of engages a scope of this imagination that's just kind of like inside of like, I want it to be based on Harry Potter because I love it so much.
Okay, let me just, as somebody who gets upset about certain things, I always have to backtrack and ask myself this question: Has Harry Potter, has J.K. Rowling, has any of the phenomena that is Harry Potter hurt anybody?
No.
Then who cares?
But I'm saying the big hubbub is not. It's not there.
I get what you're saying.
I'm saying the cultural imprint of its in its entirety.
Yeah.
Also, I will say the people who got hurt, they got into witchcraft, and their Christian moms didn't like it. I'm kidding.
But yeah, I'm
not trying to take down the series. I'm just trying to make an argument for the sake of content.
Yeah, that's fine. No, yeah. I like it. But what I always get, when people bitch about like, Justin Bieber or they bitch about shit that's popular, I always gotta say, like, you know, it's fine not to like it, but really, who the fuck, like, has Justin Bieber ever hurt anybody?
No.
Like, who the fuck cares?
Well, he did spit and pee on a couple of girls.
But he didn't pee on girls.
He did.
Oh, whatever. But what I'm saying, people get so worked up over things that they don't like, when there's so much shit going on in the world that is actually affecting people and causing pain and causing misery. Who the fuck cares,
Mike,
if Justin Bieber has
Mike, I never said I wasn't being petty, because I want to be petty as shit.
Good.
I just want it to be known that I always get kind of shit because I don't respect the series, and I feel like the series hasn't earned my respect.
Did you read the books?
I read the books.
I read the books!
I read the books.
Did you...
I don't remember them perfectly. I watched the movies. I thought they were okay, but I never thought it was this fucking astounding, like... I get the interest. I get the appeal of it, but I feel like some people, especially nowadays, and a lot of people my age, because people my age, they grew up with it, I feel the attachment to it is a little overbearing. Because, like, I grew up with some stuff, and, like, I fucking like the Spider-Man movies growing up. I don't fucking attach myself to Spider-Man. I'm like, oh, Spider-Man's the best thing ever. I love Spider-Man. No, I don't do that.
That's such a Peter Parker thing to say.
On the opposite end of stuff I grew up with and people are still too attached to, Harry Potter, what was my number 2 of, like, I don't get it, why are so many people still after this, is SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah.
SpongeBob is, like, it's okay. It's a decent cartoon for the time, but I hate that people now, it's like, it's so funny, I'm going to bring up this old SpongeBob thing. I was at my other job, my former job, there were some people working in the summer, they were about 2 years younger than me, so they grew up, they were little bitty kids when SpongeBob was a big thing. And they were, like, talking to each other, and they were, like, bringing up old SpongeBob. So it was like, oh, remember this episode was so funny? And I'm like, fucking, like,
the nostalgia,
kill me,
yeah.
like, right now.
I know.
They're not even just the nostalgia, because it's still running. It's not like, I have
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I think it just actually ended recently, but they still do movies and stuff like that, and they still do specials. It's not, it makes too much money to, like, cut it off. But no, it's not, it's like... I don't know. It's just, like, I hate when people are so attached to something that's just, like, really only of that time and kind of, you know.
I hate all this nostalgia bullshit, when people always bring up Zelda, and I see so many dudes with, Triforce tattoos and shit, and it's just like, Zelda's fucking great. When was the last time you actually played it? When I played as a kid. Okay, well, go back and play it.
And I agree with that, too. That was somebody who was in the kitchen upstairs. Cut that out. I agree with that too, because I hate that fucking over nostalgic bullshit. Because there's some things, like, I own like fucking old video games and shit like that. Not really so much for nostalgia. I like that shit. I like playing old games. It's fun to me. It's not like, oh, I remember the good old days. I'll pick up a game I liked fucking 15 years ago and play it now. I'm like, ooh, this is bad.
Yeah.
And be like, ooh, I mean, I kind of like it still, but this sucks. I'll watch movies I used to like and be like, oh, this sucks, but I liked it, and there's stuff that I still like. I will never say to somebody, it's like, oh, it's so fucking good. But, like, that whole nostalgia thing, like, and especially nowadays, people are growing out, they're adults now, and they can afford these things and go back to it. It's like, oh, I used to play this as a kid. It was so fucking cool. I was the kind of kid, I would hang on to my stuff and be like, I like this stuff, so I'll keep liking it. And most of the stuff I still have is like, I like this stuff, and I kept it. It wasn't like I got rid of it, and it's like, oh man, I missed that.
Yeah. Well, it's not as bad as it used to be, but about a couple years ago, it seemed there was a huge, like, resurgence, not even resurgence, a ton of people, like, wearing, like, Rocko's Modern Life t-shirts, or, like, Cat Dog t-shirts, or, like, Rugrats t-shirts. Like, I worked at Spencer's at the time, and we sold that shit, like, all day long. And, like, I was always thinking, like, oh, these kids would come in and they'd be wearing all this shit, and it was like, oh, like, you were a child too? Like, everybody, you're not fucking special because you liked Rocko's Modern Life. Everybody liked Rocko's Modern Life. It was one of the biggest TV shows.
That's the connection, is like, oh, you watched it as a kid, I watched it.
Oh, yeah, you had a childhood too? Great. Like, you don't see me walking around wearing fucking...
See, I was the kid who didn't have cable growing up, and I didn't watch those shows barely ever. I liked, the only one they ever played on network TV was Hey Arnold, and that was my favorite.
Yeah.
That was my favorite just because I thought it was neat. But I don't have that fucking nostalgia for the shit I watch on network TV. I don't fucking walk around with an Arthur shirt.
Yeah, I mean, I like...
Animaniacs shirt.
Yeah, I mean...
I'll leave it in the past. It was an okay show.
It was great when I was a kid, but if you go back and watch it now, it's a fucking kid's show. Like, it's not...
There are very few cases where I'll watch an old show, like an old kid's show, and be like, oh, this is still funny, but then there'll be times I'm, like, kind of sitting there, I'm like, Yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah.
I want something new. And some people don't want new things, Mike. They want to stay in the past.
Yeah.
And they love it.
They love it.
They love circle jerking. They're thinking about the 90s.
Fucking circle. 90s.
Dude,
only 90 kids will get this. No.
Only 90s kids will get this thing from 1988.
There's a floppy disk. Kids these days don't even know.
Dude, somebody printed out the save file from video games.
You guys got any cheat code books?
You guys got any Nintendo 64?
Oh man, this game is great. Oh, I fucking love Mario Kart.
Check it out, I modded my vape pen to look like a Game Boy Color. Remember Mario?
Tetris is the shit.
I played Tetris on the bus and got beat up by the boys because they didn't play video games. They played sports like kids.
Well, what else do we have on this list to talk about?
I just wrote on there for whatever reason. I think I was drunk when I wrote this.
That's fine.
Overwatch is boring.
Overwatch is boring.
So this is a current culture thing that I don't get. I have played Overwatch and I understand the appeal of it to an extent. They're colorful characters. They're interesting to look at. It's like a big Pixar movie. Everybody likes Moana. you get a big 3D fucking. Nobody realized the fucking overbearing appeal of a big, like, stupid-looking 3D cartoon character.
Yeah.
Because people go fucking nuts over them every single year. And Overwatch was this current year, 2006 is when it came out, and 2016, what the fuck am I saying? 2016 is when it came out, and it's still pretty big, and then people, like, I was watching some shit last night, and somebody was, like, had a fucking 20-minute video talking about one character's, like, deep lore. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. I know people get obsessed over things, and I feel like it's too much sometimes. But it's just like...
it's also got all that stupid, like, fan fiction, like, I'm gonna ship Symmetra with...
I actually wanted to talk about that, because Go ahead and say what you were saying.
Just, like, I've seen people on, like, Tumblr freak out about, like... certain characters can't be shipped with other characters, and this character is a person of color, so you can't. This new costume, why did they make her skin tone? Like, who the fuck cares?
It's a fucking
cartoon. Video game.
It's
Move
a cartoon.
On.
You're a real person.
Jesus fucking Christ!
You don't even care that the person down the street is being kicked out of their apartment because they're poor and they need financial help. You just care about your fucking Overwatch.
She can't ship her with soldiers because that's her.
Hey, you want to know the new thing is, and people are fucking loving this. They're like, I don't even know what it was. Some web comic somebody made. I don't even know who made it. They were like, in the comic, they basically wrote Symmetra as she had autism. And then, like, the creator's like, sure, we'll do that. And then everybody's like, oh my god, it's so good because they don't do that in fiction. It's like, no, they do that in fiction, but you don't pay attention because they're not fucking bright cartoon characters in your fucking video game.
So
I actually wanted to talk about that, and this kind of dips back into the Harry Potter culture thing, is the shipping of fictional characters and people being passionate about it. I don't fucking get that. I never got it.
I don't get it either. I mean, I understand what shipping is, which is, let's explain what shipping is when people write fan fiction the relationships
of fictional
characters
that don't exist within the universe themselves but are shoehorned by the fans.
Yes.
So it's like, let's say in a movie like Han Solo likes Princess Leia, and in fan fiction they're like, well, what if Boba Fett and Princess Leia were together?
Yeah.
Huh? And then they go online and they're like, you shipped them together. Don't ever do anything else. The movies are lies. It's like, no,
it's fucking ridiculous.
The original writers are fucking liars and they didn't do what they want to do.
Do you see that one that was like, I don't know if it was Harry Potter or something, but some chick on Twitter, like, bitched at the writer of something, saying that one of her characters was, like, autistic or something, and then the writer was like, no, they're not. I wrote the fucking book. And then the person was like, no, you're wrong. It's like, the fuck, lady? Like,
it's out of control fan culture.
I believe that this character is autistic, and you can't take that away from me.
So remember in the late 90s when shows would make fun of, like, the Star Trek nerdy and the Star Wars nerdy culture? Those were fucking tame compared to the fan culture that we have now of people going online and shipping characters and getting fucking head over heels of like, I want every character in Overwatch to be gay, no exceptions.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking ridiculous.
It's like, oh, well, this character, they were both, they say in the story they're both in a couple. Nope, you're gay.
Dude, okay. I am gay, and I don't give a shit as to whether or not the people on screen or in video games, I don't fucking care. I don't need to see every goddamn movie have a gay character. I don't need to see every goddamn video game having gay characters. I don't give a shit. If I am so upset that there isn't enough gay representation in movies and art or whatever, then I would go out and fucking make it myself.
Yeah.
Do something about it. Don't just bitch and complain and say, oh, there's no gay characters or anything. Like, well, then go out and make your own fucking movie.
Star Wars 8 has no confirmed gay characters so far, so I'm boycotting the movie.
Yeah, I mean, like, people want Poe to be gay. Like, you know, that would be cool, but if he's not, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
It's not my fucking movie. I didn't
It's
write
not
it.
gonna wreck my
I didn't
life if
direct
he's
it.
not, yeah.
I didn't create these characters. If it was such a big deal to me, then I just wouldn't watch Star Wars then.
Yeah. And I agree with that 100%. And I think the problem is, especially in this fan culture, too many people point of view all the characters in every piece of fiction. They have to point of view every character and be like, I need them to be relatable to me.
Exactly.
And I really get pissed off when people can't appreciate a piece of media without having to place themselves inside of it.
Yeah.
Because even growing up, I never felt like the need to be like, watching fucking Toy Story is like, oh, I'm the kid who owns the toys. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just watching the movie and I'm enjoying the ride. I don't have to fucking insert myself into their world.
It's just a culture of like me.
It is. It's really selfish and it's fucking annoying. And nobody fucking thinks about that, especially when they're writing this shit. It's like, I want it to be relatable to me. Fucking, what's it? Steven Universe, that fucking cartoon.
Oh my god.
I hate that show so much.
Shit.
I hate that show so much because every single turn, it's like, I gotta make it relatable to our viewer base, who are all these fucking weirdos who have this.
If you like Steven Universe, that's fine.
It's fine.
That's great. You know, keep watching it. It doesn't hurt nobody. At the same time, like, I don't even know why I'm so upset with Steven Universe. It's just,
I don't know why either.
She's a transgendered space alien who is, fucking, oh god, all right. She's a crystal with enough. Oh my god, enough.
She's got a rock penis, but also two rock vaginas.
Like, it's great that there's, transgendered this or that, but
I'm fine with that.
It's a fucking TV show.
You don't have to shoehorn that into everything. I understand when you want to do that. But if it's just like every character has to have this little fucking quirk, this thing that makes them not normal, and then it's like, okay, I guess we were fucking assholes for making normal characters this whole time.
I get it a lot with, like, obviously in like my community is like, what, maybe one out of every, how many people are gay? Like 10% of the population, maybe?
It's like 1 in 5.
Like 1 in 5, if
Which
that. I think it's like 1 in 10.
Something like that. I feel like especially in, like, with how people are open nowadays, I think it's more than that. I'll say in our country, it's more of a 1 in 5 kind of deal.
Yeah.
But in internationally, it's more of a 1 in 10.
Yeah, but like, we are not the majority, so people get so upset when they're like, oh, there's. I don't know. It's just like there are more straight people than gay people.
They'll
I'm sorry.
A completely new series with new characters and be like, the main character, this is his girlfriend. It's like, girlfriend.
Another one?
Well, another one? Are you kidding me? And he's white, of course. And it's like, what? You can't.
If you don't like it, then don't fucking watch it.
Yeah, this person can't just make what they want to make.
Go do your own fucking movie.
But I hate it because it's like you give that reactionary thing, and then what if you made something that's like, here's my character, she's black and she's a lesbian, and somebody's like, that's fucking dumb. You'd be like, what? No, don't fucking make fun of it. It's like, it's okay. It's like
triggered.
Yeah, but it's like you making fun of the opposite, and it's just as bad as them making fun of you. So you know what? Fucking go fuck yourself. Yeah. Hey, go fucking.
It's funny that your next little bullet point here is
unpopular opinions,
and
that's my life.
It is. My life is full of.
I think that's our biggest relatable thing. Like in terms of me and you. We don't necessarily like the same things all the time, but me and you share a lot of not even like share the opinion itself, but share the trait of having unpopular opinions.
I'm just so exhausted with everybody in the world right now, and it's just enough is fucking enough. Like,
I think that kind of covers the unpopular opinion kind of thing.
Yeah.
But also, it's not really unpopular opinions if other people are thinking it, but they don't want to speak out because the lashing is so vocal.
I mean, even at work, there's certain people that I interact with where I feel like I have to walk on eggshells with what I say because I know that if I say the wrong term or the wrong word or say something that they're going to be extremely upset, and it's like I don't care if I'm upsetting you, just I don't want to deal with all the work of like like.
See, I do that.
I'm just lazy. Enough. Like,
unless I really know the person, I do that like to begin with because I don't relate with people in that way of like having that kind of mindset. And anyway, I always put up a front. Is what I'm saying. When I'm with people that I'm not like even comfortable with, like, good friends with, I'll put up a front and be like, okay, I'll just kind of agree to what you're saying and not give my opinion on it because I don't want to project on you because you're already projecting on me so much that you've taken over the whole conversation.
Yeah. Oh man! All right, what movies are coming out soon?
When's
that new Alien coming out?
Alien Covenant.
I cannot
Let's talk about Alien
Covenant.
Alien Covenant. I can wait. I'm not super excited about it.
I never really liked the Alien movies growing up.
I like the Alien movies.
I was a big fan of Predator, and then like I didn't even see Aliens the second. What's the one where they got the big robot? The big robot fight.
The Aliens.
I hadn't even seen that for the first time until like 2 years ago.
They mostly come out at night.
And I loved it. That was the third one.
No, that's the second one. Get away from her, you bitch, little fucking girl.
Oh, what's the one where what's the third one then?
The third one's the shitty one. The one where Ripley kills herself.
I guess maybe I haven't seen that one. But I'm getting more and more into Alien. Ever since Prometheus.
So you've seen Aliens, but you haven't seen Alien 3. Alien 3 is the one directed by, what's his name from fucking Fight Club? The director of Fight Club.
Fisher? No.
Yeah. That was it. That was him.
Fincher. David Fincher.
David Fincher. That was one of his earlier directing jobs.
What's the little... They mostly come at night mostly?
That's Aliens.
That's Aliens.
That's what's Newt. That's the little girl.
Was
Newt.
that the one where she's like on the mining planet?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the loader.
Okay, yeah.
And that's where they kill all the aliens because that's where they fucking five the Hind.
And the first one is the one where she like...
She's on the fucking... What's it called?
And she pressed the button and the alien gets sucked out of the ship.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I've seen that one.
Yeah.
That one's got David Hurt in it, right?
It does. John Hurt.
John Hurt, not David Hurt.
I was about to say David
But, yeah, but then I saw Prometheus, and I think I mentioned this before, but I saw Prometheus like 4 times in theaters. Not by choice. But,
not by choice?
Well, I wanted to see it really bad. I saw it. I loved it. And then, for some reason, my various groups of friends...
Kept wanting to see
it, but they weren't like the same group of friends. So like, I went with my band, and then I went with my friends who like played Magic, and then I went with another, like maybe my family or something. So like, I saw it 4 times, and because I saw it so many times, I kind of was like the go-to person that people went to for when they had questions, and so I started getting on the forums, and I was real active on the Prometheus forums.
You got pigeonholed into being
I got pigeonholed into being a Prometheus expert, and then I started doing like a lot of like.
The only thing I didn't like about Prometheus, the movie's fine. I hear a lot of people give it shit, which I don't really like see. I get the people who are hyped about aliens. I kind of separated from the alien thing. When I watched the movie, I really wish they had, like, because in the first Alien they had H.R. Geiger, which is one of my favorite artists.
Oh, yeah, he's amazing.
Or Giger, however you
Geiger.
Pronounce it. And he worked very closely with the first, and I believe also a little bit with the second, but he lended almost 100%.
You can't separate H.R. Geiger from Alien.
You can't.
That movie...
And that was the one thing I didn't like about Prometheus, was some of the stuff in it that they originally created didn't really have the same feel of, like, because you come in, like, the ship, and it has that fucking... I forget what that's called. It's like the jockey boy or something.
Space jockey?
Space jockey, that's it. That has the fucking, like, telescope-looking thing, and he's, like, frozen there. It's, like, I always love that piece, because that fucking, like, if you look at it closely, it looks cool as shit, and it's very phallic, and that's just H.R. Giger.
But,
there was some stuff in the movie that, like, could have matched the aesthetic, but didn't, like, get it 100%, and I really wish, because he was alive at the time, and I really wish they kind of got him on for, like, even for a little bit of, like, input of just, like, character designs. That would have been cool. But I think by that point he was kind of retiring his designs.
Yeah, but like I really, really like Prometheus. I know that there are a lot of plot holes. I know that it is in dire need of a re-edit to kind of fill in and the plot holes and take out some of the shit. Because obviously the goop was completely unexplained. With when Michael Fassbender dripped it in what's-his-face's thing.
That was the thing about the movie that I never got when people were confused. I only saw the movie 2 times, but I can remember most of the scenes, and I was never confused by, like, what was going on. I understood what was, like, what it kind of meant, like, what the goop was, like, supposed to be, and how it, like, played towards, like, the fucking, whatever that fucking guy was at the beginning. What are those called? The Prometheans themselves.
They're called space jockeys.
They are?
Yeah.
The white guys? The big muscly white guys? Yeah. They're just called space jockeys.
I think so. I haven't seen the movie in a while, so my information...
I haven't seen the movie since 2012.
But the space jockeys supposedly created life on all these other planets, and
they used this goop.
They used this goop, which...
And then they put it inside the man.
The question that people kept having was, why does the goop affect people in different ways? And it's like, the goop is not
I thought it was like kind of it was almost to the point it was this raw energy that could have been like as a hormone supplement.
Basically, the goop brings out your like inner
primal.
Yes. So when that one dude got the goop and became like the zombie crazy guy,
he was like fucking angry and he was about to kill people. And then he got the goop and he fucked her.
Yeah, when Michael Fags bend over.
Michael Fags bend over.
When Michael Fags bent over,
he did.
Dripped the because he straight up asked him. He was like, you know, how far would you be willing to go to like whatever to find out the truth of this place? And the guy's like, I'd do anything. And so he was because Michael Fagsbendover is a robot. He's an android. So his thinking process we don't really get into, but that was him asking permission to give him the goop. So he gave him the goop, and then the guy really wanted to impregnate
100%.
What's her face, Naomi Rapace.
I forget.
Yeah, but my big problem with the movie though is fuck. What is my big problem with the movie? I don't remember. I had it on the top of my head. It was my big plot hole. My big problem is like not a really big problem. Is these characters are very flawed. Like so. We're supposed to assume that these people are like the best of the best, not even the best of the best, but at least competent in what they're doing.
Yeah.
And so the guy who's supposed to know the most about like wildlife and shit, he's gonna go into another planet and fucking try and just touch the fucking egg thingy or whatever it fucking was, or the flower guy that opened up like a snake.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're a fucking scientist. Like, you know you're not supposed to like touch shit. And when they took off their helmets, it's like the fuck, like. Any normal fucking, you know, scholar or scientist would know, even if the sensor says, you know, it's okay to breathe it, leave a fucking helmet on maybe.
Yeah.
You know, if you've just discovered an alien life form, you're gonna fucking try and touch it? Like, really? Like, are you goddamn kidding me?
So this isn't so much like, I guess that you could like render it under plot holes, but when movies are written, you make characters like gullible or stupid just for the suspense of, just for the sake of having them die. Like, the other Aliens movies are like that, where they could have been, like, smarter, and they could have just, like, been more cautious to certain things, and then just fucking, they got fucked up by it, like, either way, regardless.
That,
so I think it's just how it is, especially in, like, they're way more out of their element than they are in any other Alien movies. It's just... It's weird.
But
That's what it is.
You know, it's got Idris Elba in it. I love Idris Elba. It's got Michael Fassbender in it. I love Michael Fassbender. It's got Charlize Theron in it, who I fucking love. Bitch can't turn left or right though. Apparently, while she's running, because that ship's rolling towards her.
That was dumb.
That was dumb. But I get it. You know,
I get it. It was kind of corny though.
Like, bitch, make a left.
The one problem I actually did have in the movie was the whole the founder, the old man who sent out the expedition and was supposed to be dead. Was she the main character? I forget the actress who played her.
Naomi Rapace.
Yeah.
Rapace.
Was she related to him?
No.
It was Charlize Theron who was related to him.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to remember exactly, like, why was it that he, like, they thought he was dead, but he wasn't really dead. He was just on the ship because he wanted this goo, because he thought it would give him new life or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get, like, just, like, kind of keep your agenda secret. And I feel like they would take more caution to it if they knew he was on the ship. At the same time, it's kind of stupid that he was.
Yeah, why? I mean, why did he have to? I guess they were all under the impression that they were doing this for a scientific sort of
a scientific
educational
reason, which he could have lied to them and still gone in and said, like, I can't, like, he could say, in my old age I can't pass up this opportunity to go to the here.
I mean, he could have said,
I will die on the way.
He could have said, like, you know, we're doing this for two reasons. One, obviously we want to research this, figure out what's going on. Number two, I'm paying for this, so I want to benefit from it. Like, but
or he could say, because he's so fucking old in the story to begin with, and that was the other problem I have in the movie, is like they used a young guy and gave him Back to the Future 2 old makeup. It looked kind of corny.
What's his name? Guy Pearce? Yeah.
I think so. But yeah, that was the one problem I had with it. It was just like he could have came up with an explanation that like wasn't just like I'm hiding in this secret room and only Charlize Theron and Michael Fassbender know I'm in here, and everybody else is like, what? We thought you were dead. He's like, nope, I'm just in this room right here. But that's beside the point. I thought it was a good movie for what it was.
Yeah.
I wasn't really expecting a lot of like lip service or even like visual like cues to Alien itself. And then when the actual like alien came out, I'm like, oh, okay, no, this makes a little more. This makes it a little more connected. But yeah, it was a decent movie.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Alien Covenant.
Yeah, Alien Covenant's gonna be great.
The trailer looks confusing to me, and I don't
It's
I don't really like how it's just like the aliens in broad daylight in some scenes, where it's like that one where it like kind of shows them in the shower. It's just like a normal room.
But when he's like banging his head trying to get into the thing, that was fucking awesome.
That was. I think it's more just like we haven't had a good alien like theatrical experience in a while, and they just want to deliver that.
Yeah, what's his name? Danny McBride's in it too, and I love Danny McBride.
I was totally caught off guard by that.
I know,
I was
Danny
watching
McBride.
I was like, Danny McBride. I like that they're doing this now, where they're getting these kind of comedy actors and just putting them in like these dramatic, like sci-fi movies.
I mean, he might be like the comedic guy in the movie, but still, it's great to see.
Well, he can play it serious, but also have like he could just be an asshole.
Yeah,
and it'll still be hilarious because he's great at doing that. But
what else is coming out? Anything really crazy?
Guardians
2 is gonna be great.
I liked the first one. I will actually still say it's my favorite of the Marvel cinema movies, whatever they call it, the cinematic universe. This whole fucking thing they got going on. It's still one of my favorites because I love the director James Gunn. I love his previous movies. I liked Slither. I liked Super.
Super was great.
What was that other one he had? We'll forget it right now, but yeah.
Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
Cannibal Holocaust, yeah, he did Cannibal Holocaust.
He did. He was involved with that.
Guardians, new Spider-Man, looks pretty cool.
Spider-Man's neat. Thor 3, don't give a shit.
I like Thor.
I've never seen any of the Thor movies. I don't have any ambition to see this one. The Hulk's supposed to be in it. I do
Hulk
like
is in it. Who's playing the bad girl in that? I think it is Charlize Theron.
God, she's in everything.
I love her, though.
Charlize Theron.
She's great in the rest of the world.
What else? Movies? Yes.
Movies. Games coming out. Tekken 7. MLB The Show 17. In fact,
this is actually something I want to bring up, and this is going to put you on the spot. So I don't like to take your Facebook post into reality.
Okay. I know exactly where this is fucking going.
I know exactly where this is fucking going. When you fucking post on Facebook, I judge people by their mains in fighting games, and I'm like, this is the man. What does that say about you, Mike?
Okay.
Let me explain outside of you for a minute, because you've notoriously you've boasted that you main Eddie Gordo in Tekken.
Smart Boyz listeners, I main Eddie Gordo, and I am not ashamed of it. I love Eddie Gordo.
But at the same time, when I played Tekken 3 as a kid, even then we knew Eddie Gordo was cheap. And it was only in later editions that he became less cheap. But Eddie Gordo in Tekken 3 was the definitive cheap, and he remained the reputation of the cheap character, especially in the fighting game community, forever. And he still has that. Even with his announcement, people were like, oh, the cheap character is back. The number one cheap character. But I get that. When you say that, not only that, I'll hold you to that, but on top of that, when you fucking play Smash Bros. Melee, you play as Kirby and you edge guard.
I fucking do.
You don't even really fight.
Hell yeah, I do.
So what does that say about you, Mike?
Can I say something?
That you judge people by their fighting game
mains? Fine. You can judge me as much as you want for my basicness.
Basicness? It's beyond basic to the point of, like...
Okay.
There are people who are basic, and there are people that are outright liars.
What have I ever lied about?
No,
if you ask me...
I'm saying playing Eddie Gordo and judging people on their... It's cheap. It's like saying you're a liar, basically.
No.
How?
What it's saying in real life is that I like to win... And if
you like to win by cheating,
it's not cheating. It's not cheating.
By being cheap.
I do not spam moves. Okay.
Lowest common denominator.
I do not spam moves. I also do
I'm gonna go ahead and say you're lying right there because you spam moves when you play as Kirby in Smash Brothers.
Because I'm not very good at Smash Brothers, and I only ever know how to play as Kirby. No, actually, I'm trying to get better with Smash. I haven't played it in forever, but I love Kirby siding people.
I get that, but at the same time, it
just
doesn't
so
matter.
Fun for me.
I'm not good at a lot of fighting games, but I don't fucking like go for the cheapest character. And I want to experiment. Like I want to at least like try outside the box. Because even when I played you in Smash, and you were saying, "Oh, you think you're good," and you were trying to intimidate.
That was me being
you were trying to intimidate me.
So you think you're good?
Yeah, you think you're good. And you're trying to intimidate me. And then when we started playing, I'm like, "Oh, he edge guards at Kirby. He's not really good. He's a fucking he's putting on a front and he's being cheap." And the entire time we were playing, I didn't even stick to a main. I kept switching characters.
It's okay
because that's how I play fighting games. I don't
Smash.
really main a single character. I have like a top 6 that I go with.
If I'm playing Melee, the rules are It's got to be Final Destination, no items, 4 stock, no time limit.
And you play as Kirby.
I play as Kirby or Jigglypuff.
And you edge guard, or you just do the fucking
rolly thing, yeah.
The rolly thing,
I'm trying to play Mr. Game & Watch more. I do like Mr. Game & Watch.
Game & Watch is cheap, though. He's the Eddie Gordo of Smash Brothers.
But, no, you know who's cheap is fucking Fox.
Fox is just a balanced character. Fox is the Ryu of Smash Brothers.
I like to play as Ganondorf, though, sometimes.
That's fine. He's a slower character that requires more skill when using movement.
Sometimes I play as Luigi, but not often.
I just wanted to put you on the spot there, because like when you said that, it's like I can only think of like, regardless, because Mortal Kombat I feel like is the only game where you like really show that you can be versatile with a lot of characters.
Mortal Kombat's my shit, and I try to be as
precise.
Not precise. I'm trying to be as well versed and balanced as possible in Mortal Kombat, because I know that I know that I'm really good with Scorpion, and I do like it when people play Mortal Kombat with me. So if I'm like whooping the ass with Scorpion a lot, I will say, all right, I'm not going to play Scorpion anymore. I was like, you can pick any character, and I'll play as that character.
Yeah. See, I'm not terribly good at Mortal Kombat, but I can get by.
Yeah.
But I won't like I'll think of characters that I know the moves for. I won't really like try to pick the cheap characters. Yeah. Because I remember when Mortal Kombat 9 came out. Mm-hmm. One of the cheapest characters in that game, in the PS3 version, was Kratos, and I played online with him a bunch, and then afterwards I'm like, I'm gonna be an asshole, because I keep winning these matches through all these cheap means, because he has the easiest moves to pull off, and he has all these grab moves that have ridiculous range. I was like, yeah, I can see why he was banned from tournaments and stuff like that, because he's kind of a cheap character.
But yeah, if we're gonna talk about mains, we're gonna do this real quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Scorpion is my main Mortal Kombat. Eddie Gordo is my main in Tekken. Street Fighter, I didn't play Street Fighter 4, I did play a little bit of 5, I made, what's his face?
T-Hawk.
No. Actually, fuck Street Fighter 5, I really didn't play that much, but I play a lot of Third Strike, Yang is my main, Kirby in Smash, in Soul Calibur, it's Voldo, and, is there any other fighting games?
Tekken,
Eddie Gordo. If not Eddie Gordo, either Marshall or Forrest.
Did you say Soul Calibur?
Soul Calibur is Voldo, yeah.
Did you say Clay Fighter? My main Taffy and Clay Fighter.
Persona 4 Arena, I play as Chie.
I've never really played that game.
It's fun.
I own both the versions.
Ultimate,
I just never play them.
I never really got into King of Fighters or Guilty Gear.
Same here. I'm very casual at fighting games. I love playing fighting games. It's just I don't get dedicated. I don't get competitive level.
Yeah. So
I don't have my mains, like Smash Brothers especially. I will play every single character on the roster if we're playing a lot. I don't really pick. I honestly that was my biggest like annoyance growing up, is we played Smash Brothers. Me and my brother played Smash Brothers Melee a lot, and one of our friends, he had 2 mains, and he would only ever play as them and never like get outside the box. And that's what I loved when Brawl came out, because they added the random feature, so we would almost force everybody to play random every match.
That's fun though too.
Yeah, because I get sick of when people are playing the same characters, especially in that kind of game, because they're not really offering a different challenge, because they try the same moves and they like occasionally they might win, but once they're playing the same character, you kind of predict them at that point, and they're not fun anymore. Like when you're playing a character you're not really comfortable to, you play unpredictably, and I like that. And when people just kind of stick to the same thing and they have their strategy, it's like, okay, you're not having fun. You're just like trying to win constantly, and you don't have any like experimentation with it. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. We're gonna wrap it up here. So we got a couple of shout outs. Shout out to our still standing artist Moses.
Still shout out to him. When we do Let's Plays, we're gonna.
No, he's still doing the outros.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Yeah. We love Moses.
He actually, if you check him out on Facebook, he's doing commissions now.
Ooh, nice.
Paid commissions. So if you have any beat ideas, if you want to make a song in some way and you want to add lyrics to it, he'll produce you a good sound, because he has some great stuff. Check him out on SoundCloud. Check him out on Facebook. Also, shout out to
Dan Cakes.
Hank was on the show last week, and
Hanky Panky.
He was a welcome guest.
It was a fun episode. If you guys haven't listened to it,
I would love to have both of them on the show at some point, because Hank is one thing, because he's my brother, and I'm comfortable with talking to him, and he's got a lot of fun stuff to say. Dan is like so, he's like Hank in so many ways that like. he got impressioned by him a lot. That it's just like when talking to him, it's just like he goes over the top sometimes, and it's fucking hilarious. But yeah, I would love to have him on the show and check him out on Facebook. If you like us on Facebook and you don't like them, you're kind of like fucking up. You're kind of really
That's the
shitting
truth
the bed
of
on
it.
this one. Like, I don't know what you're doing with your life, honestly. Like, maybe wake up
Fucking
tomorrow,
dorks.
throw away those Harry Potter books, and delete
Throw them in the trash.
Overwatch off your computer. And you know what?
Throw Prometheus in that Blu-ray player.
Yeah. Hey, good recommendation. You can get that really cheap on Amazon, $4.
Woo!
I got it for free with the Alien anthology.
Sick.
It's a great series.
And a shout out to Cole.
Cole with Craining Records. Thank you for the theme song. Huge fucking thanks, because that theme song is amazing.
It's like the best theme song.
Roadhead, check him out.
Roadhead.
From Canada. They are the boys from Canada. They are the Smart Boys of Canada.
Oh my god, the Canadian Smart Boys?
The Canadian Smart Boys. I'm going to say right now, official Canadian Smart Boys are Craining Records. They are the official Canadian Smart Boys.
Yep.
We got the U.S. covered, we don't need any more help down here,
You can
And
get it.
maybe at some point, get a different member, but hey, for right now, we are the only United States Smart Boys.
If you ain't a patriot, you can get out.
And there's some guy in India who took the Smart Boys name as well, and I'm trying to hunt him down.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Oh. All right.
I've looked up the name before.
Give us a like or a share and a comment if you want us to talk about anything.
Email
if there's
us,
a Let's
comments.
Play, if there's a game you want us to play,
we'll check it out.
If you want nudes, I will potentially send them out as well.
I don't offer that service. So
Honors won't, I will.
That's an exclusive. You'll have to hit him up exclusively on his Facebook. That's at Mike's Cunt.
Mike's cunt.
Mike's Cunt.
All right, wrap it up.
Here, we're going to wrap it up. Watch this. I'm adding that sound effect that it's rapping. Actually, now it's like it's a record scratch.
I'm done.